I have built the most insane base, but there is a problem. At the very bottom, it literally just ends. So today I'm going to build the most insane custom beach you have ever seen in real hardcore Minecraft to finally connect my build properly to this world. This is by far the largest project so far, so without further ado, let's get started. Man, this place is looking absolutely epic, but there is one problem. Look at this place over here and the ocean. It doesn't look good. I mean, it literally just ends and it's floating. So today we're going to fix that. So this is the night of 232 and we have a couple fellas that we need to get rid of. So let me quickly go all the way back to my base and have a quick rest just to stop them cheeky buggers from spawning. All right, that should work. Now we can at least build in peace. You know what? Actually, while we're here, let's grab up a couple shulkers of cobblestone because that's going to be what we need first. I also made a quick trip to the end to get all our tools fixed. So we're good to go on the tools department. Now we got 4 shulkers. So let's try that again. Anyway, like I was saying, this place is floating, which is not good. I mean, this place is floating, so we need to get that fixed. Obviously, when I built this, I left a couple blocks above the water just to give us space to build something, but I never said what we were going to build. But today, we're going to go ahead and get that thing done. And that thing is, of course, a beach. So because we're going to be placing a lot of sand, first of all, we need to get a base of cobblestone down. Now, I'm sure 4 shulkers will be way more than enough, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to make any trips back. So the idea is to have this turn into a beach at this level, of course, and then sort of trend down into the ocean. And we're going to build the beach way down to the bottom floor. I don't know why I jumped off then. That was a bit silly. But we're going to get this entire ocean. Is it an ocean or is it a lake? Okay, it's a lukewarm ocean, all right? Minecraft says it's an ocean, so it's an ocean. Yeah, we're pretty much going to get this going all the way down to the bottom floor. But first of all, we just need to get our cobblestone placed in and pretty much just start planning out how wide this beach is going to be. I think I want it to come out to about here for this top level of sand. We can't have it too wide because of course there's something on that side that we're eventually going to build on, and we'll probably need to make a little beach on that side too because it will look weird with one side having a beach and the other side not, unless we can come up with something else, but that's way off in the future. We got to get all this done first. So obviously everything I do is completely freehand. I build as we go. I don't plan it before. So the best way to approach this, I think, is going to be planning the descent or gradient down towards the bottom floor in kind of this little bit here, just so we can see how wide each is going to be. So I'm happy with this distance here. So now we got to go under, and I think maybe about that should be good. Like that, and then we'll have to go down once again and then again, and this isn't even going to be the bottom yet because it's going to be 1 block higher with the sand on top. Maybe this is a little bit too long, but let's cut this down a tiny bit. Let's go 1 block less here. That's 6. Let's go 5. How many is this one? That's 6 as well, so 5 here. We'll make this one 4, and then this one we'll do 5 again. Okay, I think that's a lot better. On the last one it's going to be a little bit wider, so we'll make this one maybe 7, like that. I think that'll be good. So now if I grab some sand from down bottom here, thankfully I've got respiration and aqua infinity on my helmet. So this is kind of just going to be like breaking sand normally. Look how easy this is. Oh my days. Look at all that sea grass right there. Oh, I've got dolphin's grace. That's cool. Hey, Mr. Dolphin, how you doing? Thank you, my boy. Making us swim like Olympic swimmers right here. Michael Phelps, am I right? Oh my days. I've never played around with dolphins in Minecraft. That's cool. I appreciate the hand. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, let's get this sand placed in and see kind of how that looks. I think this is pretty long. I'm not going to lie. I think it might be a little too long. I don't think we need the kelp. Let's get rid of that. And let me fly. Just have a little bit of a look at this and see if it just looks weird from the bottom. I think it's a little bit long. I'm not going to lie, especially up the top. So I'm going to remove 3 from all the levels just to bring it down ever so slightly. This is why I wanted to do just a little bit first, just so we can kind of get the gradient right. So now I'll remove the cobblestone and then I'll add it in 1 block below and then add the sand in on top. I'm going to quickly remove these shulker boxes just because I don't want it to get in the way. I want to be able to see everything perfectly, but I've moved it all in now just by 3 blocks, and we'll have a quick look at how that looks now. Oh, that's so much better. I think that's pretty bang on. That's like 100 times better. I think that's perfect. Let's go with that. How wide is that in total? 26 blocks wide from here. You know, I'm going to move this one in by 1 actually. I guess it doesn't matter because as we move along the side, it's going to kind of change. They're not all going to be the exact same number. This is kind of just a rough kind of guide to follow, but I'm pretty happy with this. Now I got to figure out obviously the ocean part and remove this because that's going to go a bit deeper, but we've got to go all the way to the ocean floor, which is going to be absolutely wild. That's going to be the hard part, I reckon. So let me go down pretty much all the way to the bottom floor. I'm going to stop at this height. I feel like going any deeper right now seems a little bit pointless, but what I'm going to do is add a little bit of variation. I don't want this to be straight the entire way. It'll make it look a little bit weird. So at least in some of them, add it in slight differences so it's not just a straight line the entire way. Now let's just fill that in with sand. This is definitely the first time I've mined sand off the bottom of the ocean floor. I always use deserts or beaches and I'd take the sand from there, but yeah, there was a lot of sand down here, so I guess it makes sense to take it from here, especially if we're not going to be able to see it anyway. I guess we're kind of just moving the sand up. Let me just fill my entire inventory with sand just so I don't pick up any of that sea stuff. Keep that out of my inventory, thanks. Hey, where's the dolphin gone? I need that dolphin grace. The only thing that sucks is trying to collect the sand doing it like this. It's a little bit awkward, but hey, whatever. It is what it is, at least temporarily. That should be enough. So I'm going to fill the rest of this in now. I'll also add a little bit of variation in here. Super easy. I can just chuck sand on top, just like that. And now we have this line pretty much 100% complete, going deep into the ocean. Now, as you can see, it is nighttime and it is raining. So I don't think we're going to have a good look or kind of view of what this looks like as it goes into the ocean, but you can kind of see from here, it just disappears. If I use the ortho camera, which gives us a very zoomed out look, you can see as the sand kind of goes down, it kind of just gets darker and darker. Where it kind of ends, you can't even really tell. So I think this depth is good for now. Now, I did want to go all the way to the seafloor, but I think it's kind of a little bit pointless and going to make this project way longer than it needs to be. I'm very, very sorry if that sucks. I feel like right now we just need to at least get the beach done and as far deep as we can go, which makes sense for us to go, because not only do we have to do this side here, but we have to go and do that side as well. We have to go all the way around. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Now that we have these things planned out, so we know exactly how wide roughly each layer should be, I can go ahead and plan where the edges of each will be, just using cobblestone like this. So the top layer, of course, is going to be the easiest because it doesn't have to follow any other layer, kind of just mimicking this, how the stone wall is, but it'll kind of be the outline that determines the rest of them. So I guess in a way it is the most important outline. I think this is okay. I might bring it out a little bit more here, maybe in there. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's kind of a nice little flow along the side. And as always, we're going to just have a straight line here. This is where we're going to build up to just until we get this kind of mountain figured out yet. I'm not 100% sure where the edges are going to be down there. Now for this next one, it's just kind of mimic this level back here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but very close to it at least. We do want it to look as natural as possible. Just like that. Now I just got to fill all that in with cobblestone. Oh, it looks like the sun is coming up and I think the storm should be ending very soon. Come on, this is a very long storm. This is just ridiculous. Oh my days. I do need to fix this side up anyway. So let me just dig this out a little bit. Hey, come on, man. That's just not fair. Well, he paid the price anyway. Sucks for him. Definitely won't be doing that again. Bro, that light-in landed so close. It literally landed like a couple blocks away from us. That's crazy. Bro, that lightning was so close as well. I swear, I don't know how much damage lightning does, but that was 2 strikes. I was really close. Hopefully it's not literally going to kill me, but I don't know. At least we dodged it. But the storm literally just ended as I was saying that. So let's go ahead and have a look at how that sand looks as it goes into the ocean. Okay, you can quite clearly tell where it finishes, which is probably a bit of an issue, but we can always get that fixed up if we have enough patience by the end of this, because I mean, this is going to be a huge project. We're going to have to place thousands of blocks of cobblestone and sand, and yeah, it's going to be big. And that's literally just to get the beach foundation. We still have to do all the details, add in a bunch of trees, some custom buildings, and try and figure out how to get the place looking absolutely banging. And don't forget, we got to go all the way over there as well. So this is going to be probably equally as big of a project that this entire thing here was. Now, what I'm going to do is finish up the cobblestone all the way to that side there. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it in the ocean once I go under the water in the time lapse, but I'm really hoping you can. But obviously, if the time lapse is very quick, that's why. So hopefully it works. So enjoy. Alright, all the cobblestone is now placed in and it's looking kind of good. Now, I haven't actually had a look at it from the sky just yet because we need to get the sand in still. Now, originally I was just going to go underneath and mine the sand, but that was taking way too long. And I mean, we're pretty much out of the cobblestone that we brought us. This is all we have left. So I'm going to pick up all of these shulker boxes here, chuck on my beautiful launcher and get the hell out of here. Now, where are we heading? We're heading all the way over there. Now, if you're not new around here, you know that I come over to this little island here quite far away from my main base. And I absolutely go to town on this little sandbank here because, I mean, we're not really going to be building over here and I don't really want to destroy the sand way over near our base because it'll make the landscape look a bit horrible. So instead, I travel about 1,000 blocks away. I think that's probably about 1,000 blocks. I have no idea. Sounds good, I guess. And I just destroy this whole area up here. Now, we do have a couple friends that we need to deal with before we get started, but there's still quite a lot of sand here that needs to be absolutely taken. So I'm gonna take it all. Well, as much as I can fit in these 4 shulker boxes. So let's get digger-ligging. Alright, and this is the place after I'm done. And yeah, there's a lot less sand here. It's all in my shulker boxes. So let's go back and try and get most of that sand placed in. Now it is almost dark, but as we fly over, I'm going to try and have a quick gaze at what it looks like with just a cobblestone in. Oh, you can already see it makes a huge difference. Because the cobblestone's a lot darker than the sand, you can't see it as well. But yeah, look at that. That is such a huge difference. It looks so much better. Obviously, it sticks out a little bit like a sore thumb because it's literally cut off in a line here. But once we get the whole thing going, this is gonna look so awesome. So once again, let me go ahead and place all that sand in, and then that will at least be this side kind of done. And just like that, that is this little part done. Now I know it looks weird because it's literally just this part, but we still need to do all the way around here. Once all this side is also done, it's gonna really start coming together properly. But it has taken me 7 days so far just to do this little bit of sand here, and this is probably just only 25% done because we still need to go all the way to the left here and then all the way to that side there. So there's so much to do, and that doesn't even include any of the detailing that we need to get done as well. So I think this project could become the biggest project so far. But if you look at it from up here, I think it really adds quite a lot. Even without any details added in yet, it's really just changing this whole thing here because it doesn't just abruptly end. And I mean, the natural ocean is very ugly. Like, why does it look like that? That's horrendous. Comparing this side to this side, it's a very obvious winner. I think this one looks so much better. And yeah, like I said, we haven't added any details into it yet. This is literally just sand. That's it. So just wait till this is done. It's going to look absolutely gnarly. But in order to get all of that done, we're going to need a lot more cobblestone and sand. We have about 3 double chests worth of cobblestone, which might be just enough to get this project done. But for sand, yeah, we haven't got that much. We've got a couple more stacks in here, but in total we are pretty far off. Now, because I did lose my last shovel with the silk touch, I'm gonna try my luck and get another one. No way. Efficiency 4 and silk touch. That is so lucky. That's literally exactly what we need. We do need to get unbreaking and mending on this, but that's the easy part. How many emeralds do we need? 42 plus 18, so pretty much 60. So I think to start off with, I'm gonna make a bunch of books because that's the easiest. So let me quickly go up to my sugarcane farm right up here. This should be plenty. So I'll turn all the sugarcane into paper, and then all the paper and leather into a bunch of books. So now if I come over to my mate over here, just chuck in some books and I'll get 16 emeralds. I'll just get another 4. So we got 20. Man, these guys are being pretty stingy on the emeralds. Come on, man. That's just disrespectful. I'll also sell just the normal paper to this guy. So that gives us 38. So I'll grab up my carrots and I'll sell these, and we should have enough emeralds once we do that. Bro, 64 pumpkins for 1 emerald. What the hell is that? That's distasteful. Shout out to the almighty duck 335. You'd save me a lot of time with that spacebar trick. So if you press spacebar, automatically puts the items in, which is just such a time saver. Anyway, let's grab the mending book, and more importantly, oh no, 1 emerald short. What is this? That's just disrespectful. I'll just grab up some sticks. 64 for 1 emerald. That's a bit of a rip-off, but we got to do what we've got to do. Boom. Now we have 42. Let's grab the unbreaking, and done. Now we'll chuck both of those on this shovel here and we'll be good to go. look at that. We got our shovel back. Who knows? One day I might find the other shovel. Then we'll have 2 silk touch shovels. All right. So I'm going to go and fix up this shovel, and then we're going to go and pretty much fill up a ton of shulker boxes of sand. So I traveled all the way to the end to get all of my items repaired, especially the shovels because we needed all the durability on both of them. I then headed over to an even further away sandbank and started devouring the sandbank to get as much sand as I could. I filled up a bunch of shulkers to make sure that we definitely had enough sand, and then made my way all the way back to get started on the next section of the beach. And just like that, we're back with over 20,000 blocks in our inventory. Of course, all in these shulkers. So I have about 12,000 sand, maybe about 8,000 cobblestone, or roughly their amounts. So hopefully that should be enough to get going. I think if we're going to run out of anything, it's going to be cobblestone. And if I do, I'm just going to start working on these mountains just to get some extra, because I literally took everything from my chests. But fortunately, our pickaxe is fully ready to go. So worst comes to worst, I can just start digging out that side there. So we're kind of just killing 2 birds with 1 stone, which is exactly how I like it. So basically what I'm going to do now is probably spend 2 or 3 hours finishing this entire side here. I'm not actually sure how long it's going to take. It's only going to take 10 seconds for you. It's going to be such an epic time lapse, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But I'm going to have it spread all the way to that side there and pretty much go as deep as it is over there. So it's going to wrap all the way around. So yeah, this is going to take a long time. Hopefully it looks good. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys when it's done. And ladies and gentlemen, that is this sand added all in and looking pretty good. So let's have a look at it from the sky. Wow, look at that, guys. That just absolutely changes this entire build. No longer is it just floating in the air. It actually has a beach, which makes sense. And it does cut off at the end here, but obviously, eventually we're going to fill that all in and it's going to look absolutely hectic. But that'll be more once we get this side going as well. And yeah, we're going to get this entire area absolutely beaming. But the next thing to do is add in the details. And to do this, I'm going to need some dead bushes and cactus. So I don't actually know where any deserts are nearby, so I'm just going to have to pretty much fly in a straight line. But first, let me grab up some shulker boxes just in case we do find a place. I want to make sure I can collect everything that I find. So I'll grab up some shears because I'm not sure if the silk touch will work. You know, I'll take this whole shulker box and I'll take maybe 3 of them. I doubt we'll need more than that, but better to be safe than sorry. And just in case, I want to go grab another pair of shears because I'm not exactly sure if the silk touch will work. So let me quickly grab my shears, which should be in my tool chest just up here. Yep, we got tons. I'm going to take the half broken ones plus I guess 2 extra. That should be sweet. So now I'm going to pretty much just fly in a straight line. Right now we're about negative 5,000. So we'll see how many blocks it takes before we find a desert. Hopefully it's not too many, but I have a feeling it's going to be a few thousand. We're about 3,000 or 4,000 blocks in and it looks like there's a desert here. It could be a beach. I'm not sure yet. It's still way off in the distance, but let's see. Hopefully it's a desert. We've got a savanna. Oh, look, there's dead bushes. So regardless, we're good. Okay, is it a desert? Yeah, it's a desert. Beautiful. Okay, let's get our gear on because there is a lot of monsters here. Bro, they give you hunger when they hit you. And we got phantoms. What? So I'm going to farm up all of these dead bushes, or as many as there is over here, because these are important for the detailing of the beach. I'll make sure to collect these cactus as well because I don't have any. Not only can we now farm them, but we can also use them in the beach build, which is going to be important because there's not many plants we can add. So we got to use what we can to add that bit of green. You guys know how much I love the green, and cactus and dead bushes are kind of the only things we can do, and I guess leaves. But let me collect a bunch of these dead bushes and I guess cactus, and I'll see you guys if anything interesting happens. All right, and we've made it through this entire thing and I've taken every single dead bush and cactus that I could, and it looks like we just need to move over to the other islands. I'll just grab these couple more here. It's very dusky in the desert, so it's a bit annoying, but no way, look at this. Oh my days. This is a coral reef. Did I bring my silk touch pickaxe with me? I hope so. Oh, we did. Okay, thank the heavens. I'm gonna collect all of this. Oh my days. Do you know how good this is going to be? To add into like our river and even the inside of my base. I wanted to add some into that little underground bit. I'm going to collect pretty much everything here. Wow. I have to admit, I've never actually collected coral in survival. So I actually have no idea if we're even going to be able to place it down, but I'm sure we can. Let me try. I'll just place it down. Oh, you can. Oh, that's beautiful. It's basically underwater plants. It's amazing. Get the sea pickles too. I hope there's a way to farm this stuff now that I have it, because I actually have no idea. Okay, we already have a full inventory. now I'm regretting not bringing more shulkers. Man, can I open these underwater? Oh, I can. Okay, that's fine. Gonna keep all the coral in here and the stuff we're actually collecting. And then I guess I'm gonna try and collect all this stuff as well. But if I run out of space for this stuff, I'll get rid of this stuff. So I actually have no idea how big this is. So I guess I'll just keep going until I get bored or run out of coral to mine. Okay, I've absolutely destroyed a lot of this coral reef, but this thing seems to go on forever, which I guess is not really a bad thing, but I don't want to spend all day mining these coral. So I'll quickly show you what we've got. We got pretty much an entire shulker of this stuff. I grabbed a bunch of sea pickles and pretty much every bit of coral that I could find. And we're going to be pretty good. But we're not here for the coral, we're here for the dead bushes. So let's swim to the other desert island. Man, if this was real life, the news would be like some strange green man has attacked the entire coral reef in what seems to be a targeted attack. And yes, it was definitely targeted. That coral is going to look very nice in my base. Thankfully, there's no repercussions for me absolutely destroying that entire ecosystem. Well, I guess part of it. Now, I've only got 3 bits of steak left, so I guess I'm going to see how much I can take out on this island here in terms of dead bushes, and I guess once we start dying properly, I'm going to just head back. Look at that, there's a coral reef on this side as well. There's so much coral everywhere, oh my days. I feel less bad about taking out all the coral on that side now. Let me grab as many dead bushes as I can before our food completely runs out. Now, I've only got 2 more cooked steak, which is not going to really cut it for long. I do have some rotten flesh I can eat. I'll see how much is left of this little island. There is another island over there which looks even bigger. Well, actually, I don't even know if that's an island. That's literally just a continent over there. I just wanted to make sure that this trip was worth it. So I'm trying to get as much as I can. And yeah, I'm very glad. Hold on, let me... Okay, he exploded, whatever. I'm very glad that Oh, there's a trident. Oh my days. Hopefully we can get it. Let me see if I can get that trident. Where did he go? Oh, it's a baby trident guy. Okay, come here, buddy. Oh, there's even coral here. Wow. Did we get a trident? No. Okay, whatever. What's in this shipwreck? I've never actually opened a shipwreck. The chest is down here, right? Yep. Buried treasure map. Okay, I guess I'll grab that. Oh, there's another one. Yep, all useless. Whatever. Never gonna really want to find one of these again. That was pretty horrendous. What does this map show? You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about that. I don't even know what we're gonna get from that. Right now, I don't really want to bother with that. Dude, there's coral everywhere. Oh my days. I'm just going to finish this island off, get all the dead bushes, and then get the hell out of here. I'm so excited to start detailing. That's the best part. All right, I think that's it. Let's head back. Oh, no, there's a dead bush there. No dead bushes left behind. And yoink. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to get out of here and fly all the way back so we can start working on the next part. At least we know now exactly where coral is and a ton of sand. But that's for another day. I'm going to do something absolutely wild. G'day, fellas. Straight through their building. Just got to show my dominance. Should we fight them? You know what? I'm going to fight them. I don't think we've fought any of these guys yet. So let me fight them all. See what we can get. I don't really know what they drop, but... Oh, he's coming for me. Don't worry, mate. I'll take care of you. Just come around this tree. Bam. One of them has an enchanted bow. Oh, they got an iron golem. Don't worry, mate. I'll save you. There you go, buddy. Is he going to help me or is he just going to chill in there? Oh, no, I've got no food, so I can't heal. Do you get any loot from these guys? These buildings here? Not really. A goat horn. I think all of that's pretty useless. Thank you. Oh, there's more down there. So these guys don't even drop anything. Oh no, he got an enchanted one. Oh, this could be dangerous, guys. Alleys, these guys are good, right? Oh man, this is not good. I have no food. This could be the end of us. This could really be the end of us. Oh, there's one on top. No wonder. I'm getting out of here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna eat up this rotten flesh so we can heal. I think next time I'll come with a lead so we can maybe collect some of those alleys. I don't know what they do, but I think they're pretty cute. Oh, there's another one. Look at this. Even closer. Maybe there's alleys over here. Oh yeah, there is. Look at that. Alright, that's 2 pillager posts that we've flown through. That's alright. No more pillager posts for today. We're on day 252 and yeah, we need to get a bit of a wriggle on. So no more messing around. Let's get back to the base and start detailing the hell out of that beach. I think it's going to look really cool with all the stuff that I just got. Now, before we do anything, I need to get some more food because there's no way I'm going to be living off rotten flesh. You know, that's not good for me protein intake. So let me go absolutely disassemble some cows. And then I'll put them in the Big Mac processor and we'll have basically unlimited food. Actually, before I do that, I did put some wheat in here. So let me make a bunch of babies first. Multiply. And now all I got to do is take out a bunch of their parents. All right, that should be enough meat for the processor. Chuck all that bad boys in there, and I'll put the leather in there too. We got a ton of leather. This thing cooks up a feast. And yoink. Very, very nice. So first of all, I need to grab myself some grey concrete powder. For that, I need to grab some ink sacs. 48 ink sacs should be enough. So I'll make up some white dye and some black dye, and then turn that into grey dye. And I'll grab up about 4 stacks of gravel. Actually, you know what? We'll grab 8. And then I'll also grab up some more white dye. So 57. And I'll bring a workbench down with me. And while I'm here, I'll also grab up some sandstone. So now I'll just head down, get a workstation down, and start crafting up. Oh, I've made a mistake. I need to make light grey dye. So we'll get 64 of that, and we'll have 25 white dye. Do I have bones in here? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, we've always got bones somewhere. There we go. Okay, so I'll make up a bunch of light grey concrete powder and some white concrete powder. That should be good. I think I'll make a little bit more white. Okay, that'll be perfect now. So now we can start planning out the path. So I'd started by planning out the road and then added in a bunch of different boulders and some leaves in between the road. I then added in a bunch of dead bushes, cactus, and also some sugarcane in and around all of the sand, and then a few beach chairs right near the water. So this is what we're working with now, and I think it's looking kind of good, but there's definitely something missing. And I'm sure a lot of you probably already know what that is, but we'll get to that very soon. I'm going to quickly add in a little bit of andesite to this path. Not too much, you know, just a little bit here and there. And there's also one more thing that I need to do to this path to really make it start looking good, and that is to turn this concrete powder into actual concrete. Man, it is looking pretty nice from up here. Obviously I haven't done any of that side just yet. I'm just focusing on this side first. So let's jump down and turn this all into real concrete, and there we go. We have a bunch of real concrete now. We already have a fish at our little beach. Look at that little cute guy. Wow. So I'm going to go through and add this concrete in as well. And it should really make this path feel a lot more full. And here we go. Now the path is looking so much better. Now the next thing I need to do is go and grab some more jungle logs because I am completely out. Now we're going to be using the jungle logs to create some palm trees. So I guess I'll come over here and I'll just take a couple of these bad boys. So the hard part is of course going to be figuring out where these trees should go. So I think I'll just start by just chucking one right here. Why not? Now, I've never really built these trees in survival. I have built them in creative before, but honestly, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to start with 4 like this. Oh, we'll go like this. Then I'm gonna have to jump down and use scaffolding to get up. And then pretty much just go like this. I'll do that on all sides. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be pretty tricky. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. I might go 3 down on the sides. And then on the corner ones, I'll do something similar, kind of like this. But on this one, I'll only go down 2. I wonder how that looks. Okay, in order to see this properly, I'm gonna have to fly. Because it's a bit hard to see from down here. I'm not sure if this is enough. Okay, look, it's not horrible. It's not horrible at all, but it's not perfect. I don't love it. You know what? I'm going to build a second version with a slightly different leaf thingy and see how I like that one. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, no. Oh, just got to stop jumping off that, mate. That ain't going to be good if I die. Building palm trees, that'd be crazy. I should also add some like cocoa beans to the top to look like maybe coconuts. I think that'd be cool. I think one right here, or is that too far away? Nah, that should be fine. That should be all right. So obviously I do the same kind of shape, but I also have some coming up. Okay, now I've got 2 trees with slightly different leaf patterns. So it's time to figure out which one's better. Okay, I definitely prefer this one. So let me delete all this of whatever this is. Well, what if we put a little bit extra leaves in here like this? You know, I think that might actually be a bit better. I think we'll do that for both. Can I jump across here? There's no way. Maybe if I... Oh yeah. That was beautiful. So I'll go like that. I think that's good. I think that's very nice. Yeah, that's so much better. Well, you know what though? I still think there's a little something missing. So what about on the inside? If we add an extra leaf, just so they're not kind of hanging there. More like that. Making them a little bit thicker. Oh yeah, that's it. That is good. Okay. Let me do that for the other one as well, because that is so much better. I think that's good. I think that's as good as I'm going to be able to get, to be honest. And it does actually make it slightly easier to build, because I don't have to place in the slabs on the side ones. And I mean, it's taken me a full day, I think, to be able to do just these 2 trees. But now that I've got the pattern kind of figured out, maybe we can get them done a bit quicker. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's pretty beautiful, mate. Now let's get a couple of these bad boys in. And this place is really going to start coming together. Man, I've already had 3 creepers explode. I really need to make sure this guy doesn't. Oh, he was close to busting. That was crazy. So obviously I've got all these trees in. I'm just quickly adding some cocoa beans to the very tops. I think it'll make a nice little addition to it and kind of resemble some coconuts or something like that. Alright, so that's the cocoa beans added to all these trees. Now it's time to have a look at how these bad boys look. Alright guys, honestly, this is such a good addition, and we're still not done. We still need to add some stuff to this. The water, the sand in the water. But yeah, this is looking pretty good, and we haven't even added in any of the buildings yet. So obviously I've added these little chairs in. I'm going to add some wool. I need to go find some wool. We don't have any wool farms yet, so I'm going to have to find some sheep in the wild and steal their fur. But we've got a couple of those across the water. I'm going to build a nice little campfire here and potentially like a little hut or shop area over here. I'm not 100% sure yet, but there's also going to be a couple tents spread throughout. And, you know, whatever buildings I can kind of think of. And of course, I still needed to do this entire side here. So there's still a whole lot of stuff to do, but I wanted to make sure I get one side right. So then I can pretty much just copy exactly what I've done over here, over there. But yeah, the trees have turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with them. They're not super complex. They're pretty basic, but at least it's a different type of tree. During the 200 days video, obviously, I mentioned how I needed to learn how to make some new trees. And yeah. This is the new tree. I think this is turning out pretty nice. Now, I do want to add a little dock as well, or fishing kind of bridge thing. We'll put it on this side because on that side, I've got something else planned. See this big ass piece of rock here? We're going to turn that into something cool. It's going to be really nice. I think, I hope. Fingers crossed, all right? Now, the next thing I need to do is go and grab a couple different types of dirt. I'm thinking mainly coarse dirt, maybe a little bit of podzol, and place it around the trees. I'll grab a stack of coarse dirt and, well, we've only got 24 podzol, but I'll grab it anyway. And we'll see if we can make a little bit of a difference using these two blocks, because it is very white. So I'm thinking near the trees, I'm just going to add a little bit in, just to add a little bit of, you know, texture to the floor, I guess. I think the dirt is such a simple thing to do, but I reckon it's going to change it quite a lot. Yeah, look at that. Having just a little bit of dirt around the trees really adds just a little bit of, I guess, realism to it and a little bit of extra texture. I'm really liking that. I think I'm going to do a similar thing across the back here where there's some stone. Just add in a little bit of coarse dirt. I think that'll be very nice. I'll also add in a tiny bit of podzol. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Now I think this side is ready to have some buildings added. But before we do that, obviously I need to go ahead and do everything I've done over here as well. And yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time. So let's start that now. Alrighty, now that both sides are now done, I can go ahead and start working on the next part, which of course is a little pier. So I grabbed up a bunch of spruce, and honestly I think the best place to have this will be coming through here, just right here. So I'm going to be pretty simple with this, to be honest. I'm just going to have it stretch out a little bit, maybe up to here. I think this will be good. Or we'll go one more, that'll be good. Yeah mate, that's bloody beautiful. Alright, I'll strip these bad boys up and then chuck in some spruce slabs, and then at the very end it'll come back down so it's in line with the water. Then have a little sticky eddy bit like that. Now I'll go ahead and raise all these little pillars here by one, and of course strip them bad boys down. Then connect them together using some spruce stairs. Then I'll throw down some trapdoors in between, and then of course 3 trapdoors at the end, just to make this a little bit easier to get onto. And then trapdoors on the outside of each of these pillars, just like that. Now I'm going to craft up a bunch of stone brick walls, as well as some fences and some spruce fence gates. Now I'll place down spruce fences on top of the trapdoors, with spruce fence gates on top of these stairs, and then stone brick walls on top of each of these pillars, with a spruce fence on top and a lantern on top of that. Wow, we had the perfect amount of fences. I love it. And that is our little pier done. Very simple, but adds a little bit extra to this beach. So now that that's done, let's have a quick look at this from the sky during the night. Oh my lord, this is looking good. Very nice. Now, I'm going to go quickly grab some dark oak logs from my base. 1 stack should be more than enough. Now I'll head all the way back so we can start building the next building. And this place is looking gorgeous. I'm so in love with it. It's amazing. And just look at the place as we go past and we see the beach. Doesn't that look so sick? Oh man, this is such a good addition. We need to get this side done. It's weird having that just not done. Oh, we'll get that done eventually. So I'm going to build a little hut here. I'm thinking it should start right here, 3 blocks wide. We'll go 5 blocks wide on this side. Strip all them logs right there. And I want to make like a little bench thing. And the back wall should look a little bit like there's some shelving maybe. Maybe a couple trapdoors on there to maybe look like a door or something. And then this wall here, we just fill in with spruce planks, just like that. A nice little shop. Very, very simple. Nothing crazy. We'll go and extend this up by 1 more and connect it all together. Now I'm going to make up some dark oak slabs. And I'll go up this way so I can jump straight onto the roof. Just like this. And I guess we'll just make the roof pretty simple. As simple as it can be. And fill in the roof using spruce slabs. Just like that. Very, very simple, but a nice little shop, I guess. Obviously, we need to do some more details in here, but I think for now this is going to be okay. What we need to do is add in some chairs. I guess we'll just put a crafting table in here. Why not? We'll add in some tables and chairs to make it look like a shop or a dining area. Some chairs at the little table here. And there we go. We've got a nice little eatery over here. People can come and have some food, some meals, you know, maybe some coconuts. Now I do want to add in a couple umbrellas. Maybe one there and then I guess one here. That should be good. Now also throw in some leaves just around the edge to make it kind of obvious where the end of the eating area is. Make it feel more exclusive, I guess. Now add in some leaves around the edge here. Just like that. Man, this is looking nice. Obviously once we get the wool or carpet in there, it's going to be better. But I'll also throw in a little bit of coarse dirt just because there's going to be a lot of trampling around here. So maybe there's some dirt or mud or, you know, just a little bit of extra texture. Another thing I want to do is grab a bunch of stone buttons and place them on and around the road, just to make it look like some rocks or pebbles. I think it'll just add a nice little detail to the entire area, and especially in here, because people are going to be trampling rocks all through here. Boom, there we go. Okay, let's have a look at that. The building's in, I think it's going to really make this place look a little bit more interesting. Look, you can't see the building perfectly, but you can see it just between the trees. So it gives you something a little bit more interesting to look at. And obviously if you're walking through here, you're going to notice that building over there. And it makes this area over here a little bit more interesting. And maybe you want to spend more time looking over here. Obviously we still need to add some pots in, but yeah, we can do that eventually. So over here is going to be a campfire. So I think I'm going to do the same thing and section this kind of area off using some leaves, just to make it feel a little bit more cozy, just like that. Then I'm going to use some spruce logs and dark oak wood, just to create a little area here where there's going to be some fireplaces. I think this would be nice. Now we just need to go get some campfires. So let's fly back to the base real quick. It's so easy to fly in here. Look at this. It's so perfect. You can fly all the way down and then into the base. Oh man. So we'll grab up some coal, make a couple of these bad boys, then boom. Now, of course, I'll grab 2 hay bales just so we can have 2 campfires that are putting out a lot more smoke. And then we'll just fly back and chuck those in that campfire area. And then that campfire is going to start looking pretty groovy. Just remove this one, chuck the campfire there, and then I guess this one as well. There we go. So now we've got a nice little eatery and we've got a campfire. Now, there's still a little bit of space. There's some space in here. We could build something. And on this side, we can build some things over here. There's plenty of space over here. So as you can see, this is kind of a good little area to build something. I mean, you can kind of build anything around here, but I'm going to leave those empty because I'm going to ask you guys for suggestions to build here. And if your suggestion is picked, obviously I'll throw your comment right up on the screen and we'll build that in a future video that I've got planned. So as always, throw down all your suggestions on what we can build in these little spaces. Obviously, it has to relate to the beach and something that will fit in the area. Now, the most important part of making a beach is making the water look good. So to do that, I'm going to add a couple rocks here and there. I just want to see how it's going to look. A little bit deep, just piles of stone just in the water here, kind of like we do on the land. I'm going to add a few just so I can see how it looks. I'm hoping it looks good because I don't really want to come back and mine them. So because it's dark, I'm not quite sure how easily I'm going to be able to see the rock piles. So what I'm going to do instead is grab up some bones and then a bunch of this coral that we mined earlier. And I'm going to get this placed in kind of around the rocks a little bit. I'm thinking that'll just bring a little bit extra life to it. I'll just place in some bone meal and then add in some bits of coral around, which I think is going to look really nice. I'm also going to add these lines in. I don't know why. I feel like it just makes sense maybe. I'm hoping it looks good. It's almost day. It is day now, but it's almost the right time to have a look and get a proper look at how this is, because I'm thinking it's going to look pretty cool with the seagrass and the little bits of color in there. I think it's nice. I guess we'll add some just around the bottom of this here, because maybe there's some coral growing. I guess that makes sense around the pier. Okay, I want to have a look at that. I'm really hoping it looks as good as I think it's going to look. So let's use the pier and we'll jump off here and fly into the sky. Okay, it definitely looks good. I think there's a little bit too much grass to focus in one area. So I'm going to cut up some of the grass and replace that grass, hopefully scattered a little bit better between. I think that'll make it look better. So do I have shears in here? I do, look at that. Let's grab them shears. And what I want to do is just take up some of this grass, just where I think it's a little bit too much. Just like that. So it's a little bit more spare like that. And just kind of add it in even more sparingly throughout. Just like this. So we'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. You see, that's a lot better. There's still a lot of grass focused around there. But I want to add little bits kind of throughout here. Okay, let me do that. I'm not going to lie. This is definitely the first time I've ever hand-placed seagrass. I've never been this particular about seagrass in my life. But I think it's going to be worth it. Oh no, it's almost dark again. I think this is the last one and then we can go have a look again. Okay, I'm really hoping this looks good now. I'm pretty sure it does, but there's only one way to find out, and that is to have a look from the sky. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a lot nicer than over there. You know, it's definitely different, and I think it's nice. It's nice and interesting to look at. So that's what we're going for. It's not just boring sand now. Now I just got to do that on the other side. So let me do that quickly, and I'll see you guys in a second. Now the area in all of the water is done, so there's a couple more things we have to do to finish off this project, and that is to grab some wool. But if you look in my inventory, we've got almost a stack and a half of gunpowder just from killing creepers that have been coming up to me on the beach and, you know, donating their insides to me. So we're going to turn all these bad boys into fireworks. Just like that, we have just over a stack and a half of fireworks, which is amazing. Now I just need to go and find some sheep. Hello, Mr. Llama. I see our first victim. Come here, mate. Boom. We got 2. Okay. We're going to definitely need a whole lot more. Alright, and I'm hoping that is enough wool. We've got almost a full stack. Oh, look at all these sheep here. You know what? I'm going to grab these guys' fur as well. Yoink. Alright, so now I'm going to take all of this cage-free wool. I'm going to turn these poppies into red dye. And I'm going to turn a bunch of the wool into red, just like that. Then turn them into carpets. And then also this white wool into carpets as well. And basically just create these little cool things on top. So it looks like little umbrellas. Now there's a couple that we need to make, so fingers crossed we have enough. Now remember there's also one in here, or sorry, 2 in here that I've got to make. Oh man, I got to do parkour to get on top of this one. I don't even know if that's possible. Oh my days. Oh yeah. Man, I need some more string as well. I hope I've got enough. I really do. Because if I don't, that's going to be extremely sad and I might cry. Well, we got 1. Come on. 2. Oh no. Oh, okay, we got an 11. So we got 13 total. That's not horrible. Fingers crossed we got enough. Oh, there was string over here. Oh, not much though. Man, I reckon these little umbrella things are going to add so much color to this area. Just make it so much better. And I am also out of red carpet as well, which is a little bit disappointing. Have I got any different flowers in here? Oh, I can make some brown dye and then some brown carpet. That'll be okay. Just having a little bit of a different color, I think. Chuck some of that in there. And we're out of string anyway, so let me go back to my base. And I'm going to see how much string I've got in there. I don't think I've got much, unfortunately. Hopefully I can scrounge enough together. Not going to lie to you guys, it's not looking good. Nope, we got no string. But we do have some yellow flowers. So I'm going to turn these into some yellow dye. Then make some yellow wool and some yellow carpet. So we can have some yellow. And I guess I'll make it a little bit more red because red is the best. And anyone who disagrees is, well, I guess wrong. Okay, so we definitely have enough carpet. Carpet is not our issue, but it is string for some really weird reason. I did not expect that. Hold on a minute. Can we buy string from a Fletcher? Well, at least the Fletcher we've got in here. He buys string, sorry. That's a little bit unlucky, but I guess we just got to wait till night and absolutely take out a bunch of those cheeky buggers. I guess I'll just do what I can over here. I've got 7 string. It's not enough, but, you know, it's going to do a little bit. I need 1 more string for this one. But now we've got a yellow one with 1 missing. Whatever. That's all right. With the addition of the umbrellas, I want to see how it looks. I think it's really going to change it. And the big reveal, Oh yeah, that's looking so much nicer. It's a small detail, but it really adds in a lot of character and color. I'm so in love with this area. It is looking awesome. I guess I'll add in a couple tents or just little small builds around. So I think the first thing we should add, I guess just over in this corner, is a little tent thing. I'm not going to go too crazy on this. I think I'm just going to have it build up a little bit like this. I'm going to have to move this little cactus here, and I'll literally just do something like this. I mean, it's very, very simple. I should put the crafting table underneath there, and then maybe like a little bench or something, just like that. I guess I'll put a barrel in here as well. Oh, no, that looks weird. Let's have it facing upwards. Boom. Okay. Very simple. I think pretty much as simple as it can get, but you know, just add something different in here. I'm going to add in a little bit of coarse dirt as well, because I think that'll just make it look a little bit more, you know, standouty, if that makes any sense. But yeah, very, very basic. Could probably hang a lantern from that as well. Man, the shulker situation right now is no bueno. Not good at all. All right, and boom. Okay, that's a tent. Sure thing, mate. I think I should add a second one of those in as well, but this time out of spruce slabs, be a little bit different, have a little bit of variety in your life, you know what I mean? And I guess I'll chuck this one over here. Remove this dead bush. Boom. Boom. No, hold on. We can move this back one more. There we go. And I'll strip them. And then, of course, the fences, and that is pretty perfect, mate. I'll do the same thing. I'll add in a crafting bench here, and I'll add in these little things here for a little table. There we go. And on this one, I'll add in a composter because sure, why not? You know, and of course the little bits of dirt, you know, because people are walking their grubby feet everywhere. And yeah, that's another one. Okay, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Now, there is a mission we need to complete. We need to go get some more string. So let me find up some spiders and kindly ask them if they can give me their string. I might as well just take out everything while we're at it. I'm going to need me armor all my days. Oh no, I've got myself in a bit of a pickle, guys. I've got myself in a bit of a pickle. And don't worry, we're out of that pickle already. Boom. Oh no. Oh no. Why is he not dying? Okay. Yeah, he gone. All right, and we've got 39 string, which should be more than enough. So let's go down here and absolutely finish getting this thing done. So we'll finish up this yellow one right here. Boom. Make another red one. Then we'll make another yellow one. And then finally, for the last one, another red one. And there we go. Now, that's all of the little umbrellas done. And ladies and gentlemen, this beach, for me, is looking pretty good. I didn't think those little tents would make a huge difference, but they really have. I mean, it just adds a little bit of extra, a little bit of oomph, and I'm really liking it. Oh, these fireplaces shooting flames up high. I'm loving it all my days. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you a quick tour of this entire thing. So, you enter the beach from this part here. Don't worry, there's going to be more entrances down the road. Once we get that part done, you've got some beautiful palm trees. You can walk to the right, or you can move over to the left down there. Now, if you follow the right path, we'll walk past some little chairs with a beautiful umbrella on top. We can walk up a little bit. There's a tent over to our right. And we've got this beautiful little pier here, as well as over here we've got a nice little campfire. So you can sit around the campfire and tell jokes about whatever funny things you have to talk about. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, over here, we've got a nice little eating area with two beautiful big umbrellas and a bunch of little places to sit, as well as a place to sit right here at the serving area. And then we get to the end here where eventually it will continue on. Now, if we move to the left-hand side, we'll move past a bunch of empty space where you guys can make suggestions on what I should build here. We've got another beautiful tent over in the corner there. But as we walk through, there's pretty much just a bunch of space for us to expand and build new cool things. And over here, there's going to be something really cool, which you'll have to see in the future. But overall, this beach is looking 157.23 times better, and it just makes the whole thing look so much nicer and fit into the world. Finally, it actually connects to pretty much the ground. But ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now, I'm sure I've got the before and after of this whole area, so you can see exactly what it looked like before we started building and what it looks like now. I think it looks so much better and just makes this whole build look so much more complete. Well, at least this part here. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're still here to the end, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you more than you can imagine, and I'm sure I'll see you again very soon. Peace out. Oh, that was close.